Welcome to the original guru of good game with your host, the original guru, Zero Game. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the original guru of good game. I'm your host, Zero G, or you can call me Zero Game, you can call me Zero, you can call me Z, you can call me G, you can call me ZG. I respond to them all. Once again, like I always start off the show is, I want to give a shout out and a thank you and much love to everyone who listened, liked, shared, comment. I really appreciate it. Hope you keep on listening, liking, sharing, and commenting. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening and coming back to hear me talk shit. And speaking of talking shit, I got some shit I want to talk to you about today. Oh, my goodness. All right, the topic for today is pimping. Yep, that's right. I said pimping. 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 And reason why I'm talking about pimping is because pimping is actually the oldest profession in the world, not prostitution. Even though, one go hand in hand, but bottom line is you was pimping before you was hoeing. And pimping is still going on to this day. And I don't mean the same kind of pimping that you thinking about, woman standing on the street corner selling some booty, jumping in and out of cars, blowjobs and backseat bangs, That too is still taking place. But what I'm talking about is the way pimping is actually applied to damn near everything in life. And pimping goes back, way back. We talking way, way, way back. Because the first pimp, and let's get this straight, the first pimp was a woman, not a man. All right, let me repeat that. The first pimp was a woman and not a man. And the reason why I say that, because who was the first one to convince a man to do something against his best interest for their own self-gain? Eve. Eve pimped that pussy to Adam and made Adam bite that apple. Because Adam had the option of saying no. But let's be real here. We know why Adam went on ahead and bit that apple. It wasn't because, he thought Eve had a good idea or whatever, this, that, and the other. Because if you read the way the Bible speaks, Adam and Eve were dumbasses until Eve bit the apple, and then she got smart. And she knew exactly how to manipulate dumbass Adam to bite an apple. But he had the choice. He could have made the choice, said, nope, I ain't going to do it. I ain't supposed to do it. We were told not to do it. You can fuck up if you want, but I'm not. But he fucked up. He went on ahead and bit that apple. Why? Because she put that pussy up in his face. Bite that apple, boy, and the next time we do it, you going to really know what this shit mean. You going to really know how I feel, And Adam went along. Now, I'm not saying that in a way, the sense of saying that, women are, the bane of all man's existence, because that's bullshit. I really don't go by the religious thing, but I just wanted to make a point. So I referred to religion just to make that point that, if you look at it, first one was a woman. Pimped Adam right into going in. Because in order for you to be a hoe, you have to, in yourself, have to be a pimp. And I say that in the sense that you have to make up in your mind that you're going to hoe yourself out. So you are your first pimp. And then, get out here on the streets, however you trying to get your hoe on, you run into some situations, some bad people, you get, some bad tricks, you figure, hey, I might be safer with a pimp. And matter of opinion and personal choice, the way I look at it. Like I said, I got nothing against any woman out here selling pussy. Go ahead. It's yours. You can sell it. You can hoard it. You can hide it. You can give it away. You can throw it out in the street. Whatever you want to do with it, it is yours. And nobody has any right or any kind of legality to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing with your pussy. It's yours. Do what you want with it. You know, because I subscribe to the Richard Pryor theory, is to can't understand, why women upset considering y'all got all the pussy and half the money. What more could y'all want? Yeah, I know that's fucked up, but it is the truth. Y'all do have all the pussy and half the money, shit. And men, we playing catch up. We always been playing catch up, and we gonna continue to play catch up. As many of these motherfuckers out here think they doing it, which is the reason why men took over the pimping role in society when originally it was a woman who was a pimp. Now, think about that. Let's look into that right now. How is it that a woman was a pimp first? Well, let's get rid of the Adam and Eve scenario, and let's go a little bit further, and let's go, where we got hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people walking the planet now, and we developing societies and kingdoms and all that other shit that, we read about in the history books and all of that. So the first pimp would have been a woman who's maybe, dealing with a situation where there's war going on, living in a town where the soldiers come through and this, that, and other. And because of the evil king who don't want to feed the people and hoard the money and hit them with undue taxes and this, that, and other, and they suffering and going through some hell. Well, opposition soldiers come through, girly hungry, shit, or homie hungry, because let's get real. Homosexuality did not just start in the 20th century. That shit go way back in time. So let's be real on that and quit fucking around. Anyway, homie or homegirl hungry, soldiers come in, you might have a, deer or boar or maybe, caught a couple of rabbits or some pheasants or some fowls or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And shit, she might have got in her head, or he might have gotten in his head. You know what? That motherfucker horny. I bet if I give him some of his ass, he'll give me some of that meat. And went over and presented the offer to the motherfucker. And we're like, wait a minute. I give you these 2 rabbits. You gonna take me back there and, bang, 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 we gonna get it on? Oh shit, fuck that. Here you go, these 2 rabbits. Let's do this. And that's how pimping got started. Like I said, it goes way back and it never stopped. Because people don't think they getting pimped right now, but you are getting pimped right now as we speak. Everybody out here going through a pimp hoe situation. They just don't want to admit it. Madonna told that shit years ago when she said the music industry is like a pimp hoe industry. The label's the pimp and the artist is the hoe. And as she said, if I'm going to be pimped and a hoe, then I'm going to be a high paid, well paid hoe. If you going to pimp me, you going to pay me to be a hoe. And you ain't going to pimp me on a short. And to this day, you got some situations in the music industry where, people got taken advantage of. They got pimped out by the label. They made all the money, gave them chicken scratch and change, a nice car, couple of little pieces of jewelry and some gear to wear and, some crumbs make them feel like they doing something. And then in the end, once they wasn't making that money, just like a pimp do, dismissed. They will dismiss a hoe in a minute and go on out and look for a new stallion to go into the stable. And that's pretty much the record industry. But that's pretty much any industry you in nowadays, period, at all of them. I don't care what you went to school for to learn, you still being pimped. Because if you got the answer to somebody else and they the one making all the money and you getting a paycheck, you getting pimped. So that warehouse job you want, you being pimped, you the hoe. That corporate job, you sitting behind that desk 60 hours a week, typing in that shit, hoping to get this, project done and get this client and make the boss real happy. Guess who getting paid? The boss. And guess who getting pimped? You. You getting your ass pimped by the boss. Because the only one that's doing the pimping is the one sitting at the top. Even the bosses, they think they, big time pimping, but they ain't nothing but an assistant pimp. Because they the ones that's not actually, running shit. They think they running shit, but man, they ain't nothing but, an assistant pimp. They get to, tell a couple of hoes what to do, hit them with the hoe lugs and maybe slap them with the pimp hand every now and then. And, get to walk around with their chest puffed out while they wearing their fly gear and jewelry and strutting around like a peacock because they big shit. But they still getting pimped too because they got somebody else to answer to. And when it come down to it, who do you have to answer to? The motherfuckers that print money. Them the ones who pimping the rest of us. Why? Because they printing the money that we hoeing ourselves out for. So who the big pimp in the game? Who the big pimp in the game? Not that motherfucker on the street corner bragging about all them thousands of dollars his hoes making. Not the one swinging on the pole bragging about all them thousands of dollars they done made because they swang on the pole. Not the motherfuckers behind the microphone spitting their lyrics or they song, talking about how they making their millions of dollars. Not the motherfuckers running up and down the field or up and down the court or smacking the ball around who thinking I'm the big shit because I'm doing my thing. I'm making millions of dollars. Not even the motherfuckers out here, the big ass corporations worth $200-300 billion. Chump change. Chump change. It's 14 corporations. 14 corporations that own the entire banking industry on the planet. And that is ran by 7 families. The bankers are the pimps. They the real pimps in the game because they got all the fucking money and all of us is hoeing ourselves for it. I mean, let's be real about this, everybody a hoe. Shit. I hoed for many years. It's called my job. Whenever you got to get up off your ass, go somewhere else under somebody's supervision and direction and do as they tell you to do for a set amount of time and they will pay you for your time, you a hoe. Period. So before you people start running out here and once again using that word hoe so loosely and derogatively towards your fellow citizen, you might want to look in the mirror and realize that you a hoe too. You getting pimped just like they getting pimped. Only difference is some people willing to accept, hey, I'm a hoe, but at least I know I'm a hoe. You a hoe and you don't even know it. At least my hoe and me knowing I'm a hoe, I get to set what I'm getting, how I'm going to be hoed. You a hoe and you don't know it, so they hoe you anyway out. And you don't even know you getting hoed out because you just think, oh, well, it's a requirement of the job. If I want to get that promotion, if I want to get recognized, or I want to be partner, I got to do this, I got to do that. That's just them putting you out on a bigger stroll and bringing them back bigger dollars, plain and simple. They took you out of one stroll, took you off the low stroll, and put you on the high stroll, and that's all that is. So we all hoeing. We all getting pimped. And that's just the way the shit is. But don't have to be that way. Because, I made a decision years ago. Well, shit, if I'm going to be a hoe, then guess what? I'm going to be the pimp. If I'm going to hoe, I'm pimping myself. Fuck that. Ain't nobody pimping me no more. I will pimp myself. And a lot of the ladies who working on the street and even, the fellas just working on the street realize, you know what? I might be selling pussy, but I damn sure don't need to be selling it for this sorry, ungrateful,